Hey everyone, it's Shelby, and I am back officially, finally. I have missed you guys so much. I've missed putting tutorials in the group this week. So we are going to do our first tutorial this week, and we are making a boho spring summer wreath. It's really an everyday wreath, but with the flower combination we're going to put in there, it's really more for spring and summer, but it's like boho, shabby chic style. It's going to be really cute. So no one guessed correctly what we were using. That's okay. Everyone who did guess is going to be put into the giveaway. So we are using the placemat. This came from Hobby Lobby. It's part of the spring shop, so it's 40% off. So it's regularly $11.99. So it makes this way cheaper than getting the actual wall pieces that they have that look like this. So they have the wall decor that looks like this. They have the like tobacco baskets. They have different things like that. But if you just get this simple placemat, it's way cheaper. And so all I've done so far is glue my mounting tabs onto the back because it has this burlap covering back here that's really sturdy. So we can just put those on to attach it to our wreath. We're going to use that in combination with this that is stuck onto this grapevine. This dream catcher, or I assume it's a dream catcher or macrame, however you say that. I don't even know how to say it. But it's like a dream catcher. And it also came from Hobby Lobby in the spring shop. It's $15.99. So let's see. We're at $16 and $12. We're at $28. 40% off. You're looking at around $16 for two big features into this wreath. It's a pretty good deal. And we are going to put them onto a grapevine. Now this is a big grapevine. It's bigger than I typically use, and it's an oval design. And I got this from Hobby Lobby as well. And it's $8.99 because it's so big. It's a 16-inch oval. So it's $8.99. Oh. Be careful clipping those off because that metal will straight fly off right into your eyeball, and you don't want that. We don't have workers' comp here in the craft world. We barely have health insurance. So let's get started. Let me clip these tags off. I hope y'all have had a great week. It's been a little crazy for me, even though I was gone. There's always something going on. Ended up with trips to the ER for my brother because he almost cut the tip of his finger off. And he works for us, so that was no fun. But I was in Vegas and I had a great time. So I didn't win any money. I lost all mine. But my husband came back completely even, so I consider that a success. So we're going to take our pipe cleaners and I'm going to run them through these mounting tabs. And get those twisted on. And we'll go ahead and get this attached. Since it's our big featured piece, we'll get this put in place. And so I'm bringing it more toward the top. I'm not going to cover this up though because we're going to decorate all of it. So I'm just covering up that hole in the top. And it's going to go about right here. So I'm going to get it attached. And I'm just running these pipe cleaners through this grapevine. I'm going to do one side at a time because it is a little heavy. I'm just going to barely twist that for a second until I get this side ran through, and then we can tighten it up. Pull tight. And twist it off really well. Make sure it's good and secure. Just like that. Now we're going to take our our dream catcher piece, macrame, however you would like to say it, I don't know. And I'm going to hang it at an angle over here because we're going to put our bow right here. So I want to get it situated over here, and we have this little hanging piece here. Let's see. I think that's how I'm going to do it for security purposes. Actually, no, I'm not. I don't want that showing. We're clipping it. So I'm just going to cut off the hanging part. That way it looks nice and neat right up here. And with these hanging down, obviously we will come back and fix these when we're ready for pictures because this is going to get all hung up on the grapevine, so we're not focusing on that right now. But we just want to get this attached to our placemat. Let's bring it down here. Now, ideally, you could take white zip ties and attach this. I don't have any white zip ties. I have white pipe cleaners, which is not pretty. But I also have some green floral wire. It is green, but it's very thin. So we are going to use this. Now this comes from Hobby Lobby also. They're really long pieces. And it is just green floral wire. This one is 22 gauge, and they're $5.49 for a pack of a lot. It is 120 of these are in that little package. So I think we have plenty. So let's put it where we want. Now, I'm going to see. No, that is solid back there. That's not going through that. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of floral wire, and I'm going to come right here and run it through. And I'm going to attach this to my grapevine. You'd think this tiny piece would go through easier, but it keeps hitting pieces and bouncing back out. Oh my gosh, stop doing that. Okay, I'm going to fold it in half. And make my own little pick. And I'm going to pull it tight, and we're just going to use it the same way that we use our pipe cleaners and just twist it off. Now it is green, but it is crazy thin, so you can't see it. It runs right through there, and you literally just cannot even see it. So we have that twisted off there. Now let's clip it after we make sure it's good and tight. Now clip it a little bit long, because what you'll want to do is come back to the back and fold it in and fold it under so that it doesn't ever come undone. Just take your two pieces and tuck them back in. And you don't want it scratching the door either. So I have just a little piece here that I just clipped off. And so I'm going to come down here and do virtually the same thing. Actually, I'm going to run it through here because it's a lot thicker, so it'll cover it up. I'll just run that through the grapevine also. With pieces like these, they can be a little finicky and you just have to play around with it. Your wire, with it being wire, it doesn't necessarily go exactly where you want it to go. Just play around with it a little bit. I'm going to take this off really quick. Just so I can make sure to get this good and tight. Go ahead and clip it off. Just like that. Okay, let me show you guys. So you can't even see it. See that little wire? And we'll move these down. Cover it up. Totally gone. It's ran right back here. And you can't even see that wire. And we're just tucking it back in. Just like that. Okay? So now that's not going anywhere. It's completely secure. And now it hangs down beautifully. And now we can work on the fun parts. I am going to take my clippers and clean this up just a little bit. It's getting a little crazy. You can do this beforehand also. I don't clean my grapevines a whole lot because that's what they are. They're grapevines, what they're meant for. But you do want to clean some of that up a little bit, especially around the back, because you don't want it banging up against your customer's door and harming it. Now, let's decorate. We are going to put our bow on first, so we know where it's going, and we're going to build our greenery out around it. So look at this gorgeous ribbon. Is this not so pretty? It's a beautiful burlap, and it's got that see-through in the middle, and it just looks almost lacy, but I thought it was so pretty. I got this from Wild Creek & Co. That's local to me, but you can order online, and I've never actually seen this brand of ribbon. It's called Vintage Expressions, and it was only $11.99. It is a 10-yard roll of 4-inch burlap ribbon for $11.99. You cannot beat that. Then I have this beautiful coral. I know you weren't expecting me to throw some coral in here, but you'll see why in a minute. Now this is fair silk. So this is my designer ribbon that I'm throwing in here. It is a coral, and it is like a sugar candy. It's glittery, and so it's going to be our big pop of color. It's beautiful. It's beautiful on the back, on the front. It's going to be our big pop of color, our designer ribbon, and it's just really, it's not real soft like shabby chic, so it kind of, but it does have that vibe. It has that pop of that beautiful color. That's going to look awesome up against all this burlap. So let's take our ribbon. We're going to start with our 4-inch, and we're going to grab it just like we always do and make our loop. We're going to make our other loop. Now I just brought that tail through that loop because I want it going out this side. This is not a very strong ribbon. It is wired, but it's not real strong. So we don't want it super long or super big. We want it to go about right there. And then we're just going to come on top with our coral. Just a short little tail. We're going to twist and loop. We're going to make that loop just a little bit smaller than the burlap. And we're going to twist We're going to loop it again. If you can't eyeball it, you can bring these up and make sure they match. We're going to leave this tail just a little bit longer. Snip that off. Now I do have this other just neutral that we could put in here as a button. Actually, I don't think we are. No button. Just a typical bow. Let's grab our pipe cleaner, go around the center, pull it tight, and twist it off. Let's get it attached. We want it to go right here in this empty spot that we have. Right in that corner, just beautifully, just like that. And just pull it through our grapevine. Make sure it's where we want it. And a twist. You could also put a bow at the top and waterfall it down, but since we are building an oval shape, we're trying to keep that shape. We want to keep the heaviness down here at the bottom because it's not round. Let's see this tail. Kind of is giving me the fits. No, I want to keep that one on the inside. Now, let's see. We're going to see what this looks like with a dovetail. I don't know how nice it's going to dovetail because of the design in the middle, and I haven't used it before. Looks fine. We're going to leave these a little bit long, just so they trail down. Actually, I'm going to cut this one. I'm going to cut this one at a slant. I'm just going to slant it up. Just like that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come for that dovetail and just slant it just like that. And we'll dovetail this one. Keep it nice and short. Split to the side a little bit. I just cannot decide what I want to do with this tail. We're going to bring it to the outside. Just like that. Super cute so far. I love this pop of color. That is just such a beautiful coral ribbon. Now we can start adding all of our goodies. So I brought a lot of different greenery to the table. And what we're going to do is we're going to start out with our ficus, and we're going to really start layering this in. So let's chop it up. Okay, I'm going to cut these two pieces off because they're getting hidden in there anyway, so there's just no point. That would be a waste, and we can plug them in somewhere else. So I'm just going to start running this in here. I don't want it sticking out crazy far. This is really not going to be a showcase piece. It's really just going to be a filler. And so, it's just very much going to be in the background. And that's where I want it to stay. So I'm just chopping off the leaves that are coming to the inside. We're going to work these pieces in here. And then we'll come back with those little pieces and we can fill in the blanks. But for right now, we're just going to get some layering going on in here. This one, it's kind of naturally curved down that way, so I'm just going to run it up in here. I alternate between my glue pot and my glue gun. I don't pick favorites. Well, did I only pull out one? Grab another one. And so just make your greenery work for you wherever you're placing it. Don't be afraid to chop some of it off, change it up a little bit. It's not fitting where you're going. So like that one there, I already have these light colored leaves here, and so I really want to plug in some darker that show too. And so I'm basically putting this in the same spot, but it makes it look like one piece, and it just layered it up like that beautifully. And really, I stuck it in the other hot glue, so it doesn't need a lot. And now I can come back with this lighter piece and layer it on top of the darker piece. And so I'm just creating a layer, just a base layer. Sounds like I'm saying layer. Like a room, like took me back to his lair. I'm saying layer. I'm from Texas, so we don't pronounce everything properly. Layer. Now we do want to be mindful that we are keeping this oval shape, so I'm not trying to have something sticking out here all crazy. I'm just running it behind this bow. And it's okay to cover this up. That's what we're going for. We're going for that. We're not trying to leave it completely open. We're for that shabby chic boho effect. And what helps that is if you come and you really make a point at the top, you're extending the line all the way around. And that creates a bigger wreath. It adds to your dimensions. It's going to add to your shipping, but you can add to your cost. So we're just layering those in. I have a couple of these little pieces left, and we'll just find some places to stick those. Like right here. Because of all that lightness, we need some of these darker leaves. Filling that in. We also need a few on the inside. Let's see. We have one more piece, and that looks pretty empty. Let's see. We can run it right there. We're going to run it upside down. Right in there. Just like that. And honestly, this is a very good stopping point. Like you see that this is already created. If you wanted to stop here and not add any more money to your project, you could stop here, but obviously we're not. We're going to keep going because we like big stuff. But this is a very, very good stopping point. You don't have a whole lot of money in here. You just have your ribbon. You have the, you have 2 of the ficus. That's $5. These, how much did we say these were? Like $16 plus the $9 wreath. So you're at 25 plus 5, so you're at 30. With a little bit of ribbon, you're at about $30. So you could list this for 80 to 100. It's very gorgeous, and you could stop here. But we are going to pull out some more greenery and flowers and really add to this. I brought a little bit of everything, to be completely honest. So you can kind of go 2 different directions with it. So I actually brought some lamb's ear, if you wanted to put some lamb's ear in there. We've been using lamb's ear a lot lately, so I'm not adding it. We're going to add something different. Now, I brought this gorgeous succulent piece, because I was really thinking succulents when I thought of this. Mix it, succulents, boho, chic, you know, all the things. And so this came from Hobby Lobby. These do not ever go on sale. They are in the floral accent section, but it's only $2.99 for the whole pick. And it has like 4 different picks on it. And so we could see if we wanted to add this in there somewhere. You could break it up, or we can leave it whole and run it in here. Oops. We have, let's see, I have 2 of those. I also have these succulent pieces. They came from the very same section, and they're really cute too. I brought some just bead grass, but I don't like that. I just maidenhair pick. This came from the same section, and it was $2.99. I will say I just bought a maidenhair pick that I think is bigger than this on Craft Outlet today for probably the same price, if not 75 cents more. So if that compares to anything, y'all should look into that. I think maidenhair is just, it's one of my favorite greeneries to use. I think it's so pretty. So we have that. And then we have these adorable little baby succulents that are just so cute. Look how cute that looks. It's popping off of there, just another pop of color. Oh, and these are cute too. I love greenery. I love these little greenery pieces. They're so pretty. See, just like come out of there like that. So many options. I just like to show y'all options when I'm making stuff. I like to show y'all my way of thinking. Kind of like the reason why I brought this to the table and what I think about it, how it looks up against it, and the direction I want to go, instead of just saying, yeah, use this, this, and this. To give you ideas. It's supposed to spark ideas. It's supposed to spark interest. And that's the whole point of this group, is to give you motivation and give you ideas and, you know, just get your creative juices flowing. So that's why I like to, that's why I'm not just like, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not doing that. I'm showing you guys different options and showing you my creative process of why I do what I do. So then obviously we have this eucalyptus that y'all know I love to use. And so we're probably going to put some of that in there. More than likely, yes. And see, this has eucalyptus and like baby maidenhair, and then like this little fern pieces and this little succulent piece. And it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. But I'm also thinking about saving it for another time, because I also have these ranunculuses from Walmart that we know we love, and this gorgeous bush. Guess where this came from? Walmart. Wall stinking Mart for $5.82. Look at those cabbage roses. Yeah, don't sleep on those Walmart florals, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I have been trying to tell you. Okay, let's get these plugged in here. How much were these? $2.99. So $3, and we have 2 of them, so that's another $6. So we're at $36. I'm going to clip the stem off just a little bit. Now we can divide this up. I was trying to go for the whole effect. But I'm not sure I like the way everything is facing when we do it that way. But let's see. I can't decide where everything's facing on this piece. Let's spin it. Let's see if we can spin these leaves. Like that. Oh, it's coming unraveled a little bit. Now we just worked that whole piece right into the bottom of that bow on top of that. And now these are wired, so it does bend. So once we get it glued in, we can pull and maneuver this around. Now let's take our second one. This is a really nice bush for $3. And it is in the succulent section. Like I said, they don't ever go on sale, but they are pretty inexpensive. Trim it down. And come right above that bow, and because we did that because we're just following our line. We're following our pattern up. It's a really great filler. So just for $6 more, you really filled this up. Added some color to it. Yes. Oh, I have 3 of them. I did not know that. You could finish it off up here. Stick that one in just like that. So now we're at $9. So we're at $39. Now ideally when you are pricing your wreaths, you want to multiply your materials times 2 and add $20. Or times 3. You need to see which one you can get away with. That does not want to go in right there. Come on. Oh. So realistically, we could take this right now, multiply it times 3, and it's $120. Looks like a pretty decent price. Just my opinion. Or you could do 80, you could make it 100. Now let's take some of this eucalyptus. This eucalyptus came from Sims Pottery, FG533032. This did come from Sims. It's a big piece. And you can get this from the Wreath Shop, Craft Outlet, all those places. I'm going to trim off 3 of them, and then I'm going to cut them in half because it's a very long piece. So I'm just going to find a good place and cut it in half. So we're not using the whole bush, we're not even using half the bush. Now before I add those, I'm going to come in and add a few of these ferns, of this fern pick from Hobby Lobby. Now this is in the floral department, so it's regularly $7.99. It's 1220193, so it was only $4. And it is I just love it. I love how wispy that is. And we're just going to cut this apart a little bit and stick a few of these down in there also. Now this one is a little harder to pull apart. It pulls apart into a lot of pieces. Now these two I left together. And we're going to run these down at the bottom. So let's just dip it in our glue. And I'm going to come right down here. Kind of up under, more toward the bottom than the front of the grapevine. Because I don't want it to take over. We're going to hang it down just like that. And then we'll work our way around. I'm going to come in between the spicus. That way it looks like it's working together and not fighting each other. We'll run another one in here. Oh, stringy. We do have this little piece. I'm going to run to the inside. I'm going to fill that hole in. Don't know what that is. And that's the back. Okay. Let's bend this how we want. Come right back here in this empty space. And work that in beautifully. I love this. I love how this is looking. This is so beautiful. I'm going to keep this one. Oh, that wire's a little flimsy. It's getting caught. There we go. There we go. And so we're just layering in these pieces going around the wreath. That way it all flows together nicely. It really is flowing together. You want your wreath to look like it's one piece. Like, did I put 16 different things in there? Nope. It's just one piece. It was just completely made that way. Well, I guess it was. But you don't want it to look put together. You want it to look one piece. Bend this, shape this down, so we can run this one up top. Let's dip that in the glue. Just like that. Love, 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 love. So this is where we're at so far. I'm going to take it off so you can see it a little bit better. That's where we're at. Look how gorgeous that is. Holy smokes. So obviously this is an excellent stopping point. It's an excellent stopping point. I only have like 2 of these ferns left. Can I fit these in anywhere? Is it too much? No. It's not too much. So this one fern bush went a very, very long way. It really did. Where do I want to put this? Yeah, we're going to go in. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm working the curve of this wreath at an upward angle with this piece. Just like that. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, let's get our flowers out. Ooh, that one's kind of falling apart a little bit. I don't know, it might hang in there nicely. Now, the only bad thing about this Walmart bush is these leaves are ugly. They are so ugly. Now, I am not using the, what are those, calla lilies? I don't know my flowers well, y'all, in case y'all haven't figured that out. I'm not using those. I am cutting off these ranunculuses and the cabbage roses. We might even throw in some of these. I don't know what these are either. Dogwoods, maybe? If y'all know your flowers, excuse me if I'm incorrect, but I think these are dogwoods. And then we have the cabbage rose and the ranunculus. And so I think these colors are so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's making me lose my mind. Gonna straight lose it. And I'm just doing a dry run because I want to see how I think it looks. Because all that greenery looks so beautiful. So I definitely don't want to take away from that. So we just want to see how all this goes in here. We definitely don't want to disturb the flow of it by any means. Now these leaves don't look too bad. Wonder why that is. I think that's squished. Now see, this one's kind of falling apart a little bit. We're going to have to give it some love. So I am going to take my hot glue gun and I'm going to run a bead of glue around that plastic cup. We'll fold it back down like that and let it dry. Ta-da! Magic. I just want it to magically face the right way. Uh-oh. Whoops. My husband's gonna have to get that one. Fabulous! What is that off of? The Grinch. Fabulous! We have some of these tiny ranunculuses we could throw in here too. I'm going to snip one off. And I think I'm going to run it right in here and kind of just make a trio of the flowers right there. I think that's super gorgeous. Super gorgeous. Let me see. I don't want to put a ton in here. Just a few. We'll kind of do the same thing there. Just make a little trio. And let's see if we can get one more, because we know we like odd numbers. Tuck one more in right there. We could work it into the center, but I think we're going to come in here. So now I have all these wonderful flowers in here, and none are glued down. That's the only bad part about a dry run, guys. I am in love. Absolutely in love. Okay, so I'm just going to try to gently, well, I have to take it out. Let's see if I can get it to go right back in where I had it. Some of these you can just try to slightly pull out, run some glue, stick it back in there. This one is just going to glue nicely to the flowers and the ribbon. Oh, I forgot about these. See, you get them in the perfect spot, and then you can't get them back. Go in, go in, go in, go in. There we go. Thank you. Now let's take a few of these eucalyptus and just place these in here as some more filler, and we will be done. And you don't have to. We have a lot of greenery going on, and I love the softness of this like muted eucalyptus. And so I'm just going around to where I think needs some extra little filler, just an extra little pop. Sometimes it's those little details and those finishing touches that really set it apart. It really finishes it off and gives it that finished look you were desiring from the very beginning. We all have an idea in our head when we start designing of what we want something to look like. And so sometimes it is like these smallest things that you can do to your design that just really finish it off in your head. And that's what this eucalyptus is doing for me. Now this is kind of a big piece. I think I will run some down there. We're going to come up under all of this. And you can barely see it, guys, but it really is a finishing touch. The slightest thing. I'm going to cut off another little piece. finish this inside off like that. Let's see. I think I'm going to run one more up under this ribbon tail. So it's a little empty right in this side. And we are done. We are done, 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 done. Separate this tail out a little bit. I'm going to cut this one just a bit more. There we go. Let's take a look at it. How fun and gorgeous is this? It is so soft and so welcoming and just, oh, I absolutely love it. Some people love neutral homes, kind of minimalistic designs. I absolutely love it. All right, guys. That is it for today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're inspired. Let me know if you make something that looks like this or if you make something in general. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody.